What's happening? You got the Retro Gaming Hippie, and no, I'm not doing a game review yet. I'm getting really close to that. I happen to have shipped away the first disc of a Commodore 64 game I want to review next. I'm waiting to get it back, but I have been finding a lot of great stuff out there at a couple of different expos I went to, along with thrift stores and, of course, Craigslist. So we're coming at you from the toy room again today, and I'm going to show you some of those things that I found. First, we're going to start off with things that I found at garage sales and both Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist. Nice little set of Nintendo 64 games. Gex, which has full motion video, at least in one little clip I saw. I don't know a lot about it, but I didn't think Nintendo 64 ever had full motion video. It was a quick little clip. Shadow Man. Glover, which is a fantastic little game to explore and play. I highly recommend trying it out, and it is relatively inexpensive in my opinion. And of course, a lot of people's favorite, Mario Kart 64. Not really my bag. I don't really play Nintendo 64 a lot, but it's always a great game to find at a good price. Next up, I went out to a estate sale and a garage sale, and I picked up a Game Boy in decent box. The Game Boy itself, it powers on, but there's no screen, so I need to clean it up and take a look at it. But it was, of course, a really good price. That same garage sale had this in box, Mario Kart Wii. They included everything, of course, except for the game. But it was really cheap, and it was in box with the wheel, so I thought I'd pick it up. But now I had to find the game, but hold on, we'll get to that. Next up was another Facebook score of my favorite stuff, wrestling. And this is a set of wrestling cards. These particular ones, if I remember right, are from like WrestleMania 3 time frame, made by Topps, Billy Jack Haynes being one of my favorite, being a Portland guy. It's a complete set of those cards, including the stickers. And then in the back, it has a complete set, almost, of the WCW line, which I recently picked up a full boxed, sealed set recently. But the WF cards are really what I wanted, but the WCW cards were just a bonus. And of course, that was a good price to find that. There is another Craigslist score on the very bottom that I'll show you, but it's kind of buried. The other Craigslist Facebook score that I got was a Wii complete with all like 4 controllers and some games, including the Mario Kart Wii game, which I didn't have. Now I have that complete in box with that. It also had a Just Dance and a Wii Fit Plus. Wii's not really my thing, but it was an affordable price. Next up, we hit a few vintage thrift stores right around my area. Just found a few little knickknacks. A ColecoVision game, Ladybug, fantastic game. I love the ColecoVision. Pitfall 2 on the Atari. A GameCube game, Rebel Strike, and Transformers, the movie, Special Collector's Edition. I have this on VHS on pretty soon. Probably the coolest thing I found, Jesse Ventura. This one is particular man of action dressed up. I've been a fan of Jesse Ventura from wrestling all the way through movies, and then his political aspirations are it's just amazing. So a Jesse Ventura doll, of course, at a very good price. Then I made way down to an antique mall that I recently found that has some good items that I like, that I was able to pick up a board game based on Donkey Kong, which I've never played. It's not quite complete. It's very close, but I just love the graphics, and well, it was a good price, so now I'm into collecting some board games. I also picked up a Buck Rogers figure, the Killer Kane, which is actually sitting on my computer desk because I probably am going to review my Buck Rogers Countdown to Doomsday on Commodore 64 next. So that's out there, so I can't show you that I got that at Antique Mall. Next up, we made our way out to the Sidequest Retro Gaming Swap Meet as a volunteer. And of course, I got to walk around as well and pick up a few items. Fantastic show, of course. Great time. Saw a lot of great folks that I recognized that I hadn't seen for a bit. And I just love to see some of the items out there. This particular event had a great mix of both toys, merchandise, and of course, tons and tons and tons and tons of video games. But an amazing thing. Definitely check it out. First up, I love my wax packs. And so I picked up a whole bundle of Raiders of the Lost Ark. Wax packs still sealed from the movie. You got Indiana Jones coming out here pretty soon with a new film that might spark that interest, but I just like the original Raiders of the Lost Ark series very much. Couldn't get that out. Fantastic game on the Sega Genesis, Star Control. This is complete in the cardboard box edition. I think this also came probably in a clamshell. But I've had this game before, and then I got rid of it. But this being the price that it was so good, I picked it up. They also had Star Control 2 on the 3DO, which is a game I absolutely adore, but not really in my wheelhouse right now. A couple of pretty cool He-Man coloring books. Unused, of course, to go with my He-Man merchandise and whatnot. Legend of Zelda on DVD. I don't know if this is based on the cartoon back then that they had. I didn't look at the date, but I thought it was kind of a nice, cheap pickup. But it could be. Interested to take a look at that. I had the incomparable Mr. John Riggs sign the cereal book that I bought from him, about 3 or 4 years ago when we were vending next to each other. I love the cereal. I love the retro idea. So he was nice enough to sign that. And lo and behold, there was another board game based on an 80s video game, Zaxxon, so I went and picked that up. Not quite complete in box either, but very close, and of course a good price. And last but not least from the show, the coolest thing that I need to go take and plug in, a Super Mario phone from the 80s. I don't have a landline currently at home, but I love the old merchandise retro stuff. I'm going to take this, plug it in, see how it sounds and works. One last thing, and this was from Craigslist, but it's really big. I had everything sitting on it, was a WWF toy chest. And you might have seen these in both Turtles. I know I've seen Zelda. I know I've seen Mario. They're a fantastic piece of stores, a lot of good wood stuff. These graphics, it's a little bit beat up on one side, but the price was definitely worth it. It's a local pickup, so it's always nice not to have to ship. I have 2 already, so I'm probably going to take this one down and trade it away at a local meetup that we're having down the road from where I live with a bunch of other goodies. So that was a bunch of stuff that I've picked up in the last few months. The Sidequest Expo, I highly recommend you check it out next year. It should be right around the time frame. Lots of cool things and a really good time. Portland Retro Gaming Expo is, of course, coming up in October, and hopefully we'll see you out there. So remember, I'm the Retro Gaming Hippie. I don't buy nostalgia because I am nostalgic.